The Forgotten Child Intro. The Johnson family has just moved into a charming old farmhouse in a small, rural town. Despite the cozy feel of the house, their youngest daughter Ellie begins to feel uneasy. She speaks of a boy she sees playing in the garden, though no one else can see him. The family brushes off her stories as part of her vivid imagination. But soon, strange things start happening. Objects move on their own. Laughter echoes through empty rooms, and the air grows cold. As they unravel the mystery, the Johnsons realize that the house holds a dark secret, a child who was never laid to rest. Chapter 1. The Boy in the Garden. Ellie, only 6 years old, tells her parents about her new friend, a boy who lives in the garden. At first, they think it's her imaginary friend, but Ellie describes him in unsettling detail: his tattered clothes, pale face, and sad eyes. She says he plays with her, but he's always silent. When they ask her his name, she simply says, he doesn't know. Chapter 2. The Diary. While exploring the attic, Ellie's older brother Michael finds an old, dusty diary hidden in a floorboard. The entries are from a boy named Thomas, who lived in the house in the 1800s. The last entry tells of a terrible accident in the garden that no one was supposed to know about. Michael becomes convinced that the boy Ellie sees is Thomas, the forgotten child. He reads on, uncovering the eerie details of how Thomas disappeared without a trace. Chapter 3. Strange Occurrences. The family begins to experience odd events. At night, they hear soft crying coming from the garden, but when they investigate, there's no one there. Ellie starts having vivid nightmares, talking in her sleep about being lost and cold. The once peaceful home is filled with an unsettling atmosphere. The garden, once beautiful, now feels oppressive, and Ellie's friend becomes more possessive, appearing in her drawings and watching from the windows. Chapter 4. The Truth About Thomas. Digging deeper into the town's history, Michael learns that Thomas was not just forgotten, he was purposely erased. His family never spoke of him again. Disappearance, and his remains were never found. It becomes clear that his spirit has been trapped in the garden, waiting for someone to acknowledge him. As Ellie becomes more drawn to him, her health begins to decline, as though the boy is pulling her into his world. Chapter 5. The confrontation. Desperate to save Ellie, the family calls in a local historian who specializes in hauntings. She explains that Thomas's spirit is incomplete, bound to the earth by the injustice of his forgotten life. The only way to free him is to find where he was buried and give him a proper rest. But as they attempt to uncover the truth, Thomas's spirit grows more powerful, causing objects to fly, doors to slam, and even threatening to take Ellie with him. Chapter 6. Laying him to rest. In the final confrontation, the family uncovers Thomas's remains hidden beneath the old garden shed. With a proper burial and a heartfelt farewell, they release Thomas's spirit. As they do, the oppressive atmosphere lifts and peace returns to the house. Ellie waves goodbye to her friend one last time before he fades away, no longer trapped between worlds. Epilogue. The Johnsons remain in the house, but now it feels different, lighter, as though a weight has been lifted. They've restored peace to a forgotten child, but they will never forget the eerie days when their lives were touched by a spirit longing to be remembered.